Hello and welcome to my channel, Saving with Kay. If you are new here, welcome. Let me know down in the comments so I can say hi to you. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back to another of my videos. So today's gonna be a little bit different. I am doing a video all about bundles. How I price my bundles, how I post them on social media to sell them, how often, any tips and tricks that I have. I'm gonna kind of walk you through my process, show you all of that stuff. So if you are completely new to my channel, I am a couponer. I primarily coupon at Walmart and Target. I do sometimes do CVS and Walgreens, but not as much. Definitely Walmart and Target are my jam, as you would say. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of go through all of that. At the end, I'm gonna let you know how much I made. So I posted my bundles yesterday. Today is Mother's Day, so I posted my bundles yesterday. It is a little bit slower than usual so far, but maybe because it's Mother's Day weekend, people are busy out celebrating, so we'll have to see. But at the end of the week, I usually give it about a week, I will let you know how much I made from selling my stockpile in bundles. So with further ado, let's go in and I will show you how I do my bundles. Okay, so when I'm getting ready to put together the household bundles, I will kind of just go around and see what I have excess of. So for sure the airwick plugs are going in there. Same with these diffusers, I can't use them. So I'll throw in Glade. See what else do we have extra of. So paper products, I don't throw a whole lot in there. I like to hold on to those since we don't get like amazing deals. Now I will get rid of like the Angel Soft. I like Bounty and Charmin, so I try to hold on to those as much as I can. But I'll get rid of all this Persil, the Arm & Hammer, any pods, the Gate, I'll get rid of, excuse me. Depending on how much Tide I have, which I don't have a whole lot of liquid Tide, I'll hold on to all these, because that is what we use. And then I have so many of those Tide Rescue stain removers, or I did. My siblings came through here over the weekend, so I don't have as much as I did before, but that's okay. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to take as much as possible. But all these Lysol products that we got for free and a moneymaker, I'm going to put those in the bundles. Maybe not the Windex. I like to hold on to Windex. But the Easy Clean, I know we have a good deal at Kroger. I might go and grab some of those real quick. Some Lysol wipes, not a whole lot. Again, I like to hold on to those, and I like to donate those to the boys at school. And then same with Kleenex. I don't like to get rid of a whole lot of that. So I will make specific bundles for the household products. I don't let people switch things in and out or like substitute. Whatever is in the household bundle is what's in the household bundle. Now, personal care, I let people build their own bundle. So this is probably the hardest part of doing bundles for me. Pulling everything off, taking pictures, and I'll kind of show you like how I'll label on the pictures how many I have of each product, so I'm not pulling, you know, like, gosh, how many of these do I have? I probably have more, but you know, I'll have like a 5 underneath the total bodies, and that's how I'll kind of let people know how many of each product I have. So I'm gonna throw together some household bundles real quick, since my normal lady that likes to buy from me is asking for some. So I'll show you a couple different bundles that I will put together. Okay, so this is the first bundle I've put together. Now this is really based off of my customers, like what she usually buys. She buys from me monthly. So when you first start out and you're first posting bundles, you're going to just need to do a wide range of different items. You know, if you want to include the paper products, cleaning products, laundry products, the scent type stuff, that way you can start getting people to buy from you. And then for this lady specifically, I know she loves Gain. So I put together a Gain bundle for her because I know she will for sure buy it. So that's just how you kind of get your name out there. And then when people start coming back, they'll kind of let you know what their favorite products are. So when you're getting ready to do bundles again, you could post these, and you know, you'll get your repeat customers. So the way I do pricing, now some people might find this controversial, but I only do 50% off Walmart pricing. When it comes to laundry care, a lot of people do only like 25% maybe, but I do 50%. The things that I am selling are things that I will not use. So I just want to kind of get them out of my basement more than anything. So I have almost all of the pricing memorized. But let's say, for example, you're starting out and you're trying to figure out the pricing on things and you want to do the same way I do of 50% off. You could just go to the Walmart app and scan the products. So okay, so this will be a good example. So you might run into this problem a lot. So we got a bunch of these for free. So I'm going to scan this in the Walmart app. Come on. So it says $5.36. I would be careful because I remember just from couponing for years and years that that's not the right price, right? So if something scans and it's a little wonky, I'll just type in Lysol. What is this? New Day? What is this called? Brand New Day. Because sometimes, like if things were on rollback or clearance, that means they don't sell them anymore. So they're not going to scan for the right amount. Okay, so there's that. So this is probably the most comparable price, or the comparable product, which is the Lysol Brand New Day. It's the 28 ounce, which is what this is, the 28 ounce, and it's $3.97, which that sounds like the correct amount that this should be. So it's nice to use the Walmart app. That's what I like to do, but you also have to kind of pay attention to what you're doing. So that's the amount that I would write. So what I'm going to do is, since I'm showing you guys how I do all this, I'm going to write down the retail price based off of Walmart prices of everything, so you could kind of see how I figure this all out. Okay, so the retail for all of this is $56.84. Hopefully you can read that. My handwriting is not the greatest in the world. So I would take that $56.84 and divide it by 2. So $28.42. I would round that up to 30. So again, this is one of those things where you kind of do what works best for you. I like to keep it a somewhat even number. So I will round this up to $30 for this bundle. Okay, so then once I get everything, like pictures taken and whatnot, I will put them each in their own laundry baskets. For whatever reason, I have a lot of laundry baskets. So that's what I'll use to separate each of the bundles. I used to use these crates. They're great for holding things, but because the bundles are so big, they don't hold everything, and I like having everything kind of together. So that's why I switched, sorry for the mess, to doing this. So I'm going to do a couple more bundles, and I can kind of pop up some pictures of the other bundles that I'm going to be doing for the household, and then I'm going to move on to the personal care. So one thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about bundle number 1 is placing. So what I try to do is stack as much as I can, like on top of the big bottles or on top of the paper products, so it's easier to see everything. My goal is for whoever's trying to buy this to be able to see exactly what they're getting. So that might be something to consider when you are taking pictures. Now, I would also say the lighting. Now, I'm in my basement. My basement is pretty dark. So I do a lot of editing, like brightening up the picture so people can see the products more. So those are just 2 tips that I wanted to let you guys know about to help you be successful in selling bundles. So after I have all of the products lined up and I take pictures, I'll go in and edit. Now I have an iPhone, so I just use the like the photo editing software that's already built in, adding text boxes so I can like write the amount that I have of each, and then above it I will put the like the price, which in this case for the Irish Spring I will put I will sell these for $2 each. And then I will also brighten the pictures so people can see the products better. So I keep it very plain Jane and simple. I'm not a very tech savvy person, so I just like to keep things as simple as possible. So I'm just kind of showing you how I did all that in this little video recording. I also wanted to share what I put in the description of my bundles. I just let people know I'm a couponer, that I'm selling my stockpile. I am firm on my pricing. I don't change the pricing. I do deliver, which is not something a lot of people offer if it's over $40. And I'm very specific in the areas because I'm in those areas all the time. So I can make that time work for me. And I think it's helped me get some sales over other couponers. I also do take Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. I've never had any issues with those. So do what works best for you.
I'm comfortable doing all this, and it has all worked out for me.
Okay, so I sent all of the bundle pictures to the gal that usually buys from me. She bought 3 out of the 8 household bundles. So now I'm getting ready to post the rest of them, plus all the other personal care that she did not want. So I'll kind of pop up some pictures here in a second of all the personal care products and their pricing. Now, household bundles, I do each in their own post. I list the condition as new, obviously. And then the category I put under household supplies and cleaning. And then I do, for the personal care, I can only do up to 10 pictures. That's the biggest downside to doing bundles with personal care. So I will post all the different products, the pricing that I've decided to do for now, if the condition is new. And then I also do skincare. If that's the majority of the products that I'm selling that time, I'll put that in the skincare category. So now I'm going to go ahead and publish these, and I'm going to let you guys know how it all works out. One quick thing I wanted to add: when I'm doing a personal care bundle, let's say I sell out of something, it's not very fancy or anything like that, but I will go in and update the picture and like scribble out what I'm sold out of, and then update the Facebook Marketplace post with that so people can see what I do have. Again, not very pretty, but it works. So that's what I do. Okay, everybody. So my plan was to kind of update you throughout the week on how my bundles were going. I just didn't have time. I don't know about anybody else, but I have little kids in like elementary school, and it feels like every day there's something going on. So I saw a meme on Facebook that said May is essentially December in a tank top, and I agree, because it's insanity. So I didn't have a chance. I volunteered for a lot of stuff at the school. Okay, go ahead, baby. And then I forgot that I volunteered to help with Romans Field Day today. So I'm gonna get this recorded real quick so I can get it all ready to post on Sunday. So as far as sales, so when Monday came around, it was a lot slower than I anticipated. So the bundles that I had left to sell, I had sold one of the household bundles at the regular price that I had set it at. Sorry, you're gonna hear Declan playing with Paw Patrol cars. But so I sold one at normal price, and then the 3 to the gal that always buys for me, like I had already mentioned earlier in the video. So 4 of them I sold at $5 less on each one. I had gone on and changed each of the household bundles to $5 less than what I initially posted them for. And after I did that, I got lots of traction. So I was happy about that. No? Okay. So I sold all of my household bundles. Pretty excited about that. I did quite a bit of sales on the personal care. It's always hit and miss with the personal care. It just depends on what the people need at that time. But I did pretty decent. I sold almost all the Dove products, minus like the fall scent deodorants.
Pups, I don't right.
Are you talking about Paw Patrol pups? Sorry, it's chaos, friends. And then quite a bit of the Pure Zero. I think I only have one of that. It actually took me till yesterday to sell all the Garnier Fruit Teas, which I was kind of surprised about, because usually that goes like that. All the razors, the one gal bought all the razors. I got rid of all the Axe products. Now, some of them I sold, some of them I sent to my bonus kits. A lot of the extra stuff that I had that didn't sell, I just boxed it up if I knew they were things my stepkids would use, and I just sent them to them. So, and then a lot of the extra stuff that I didn't sell, they do a, Declan, inside voice please. In our area, they have this thing called Stuff the Truck, where you can go and donate food items. Well, they also let me donate personal care items, and it's super convenient for me because I just drive up and I drop off a bunch of stuff. So a lot of the stuff that did not sell, that I do not want, I'm just gonna take that here in a few weeks to be donated, so it's out of my house and somebody else can use them. So anyways, back to the bundles. So so yeah, I sold all the household, quite a bit of the personal care. So as far as money made, on Cash App, I had one payment that was $21. On Venmo, I got $215. I'll post all of the payments that I got on there so you can kind of see. I made $215. And then cash, I have the cash with me so I can count it like I did with my stockpile sale. So there's 20, 40, 60, 81, or Let's try that again. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 112 in cash. Declan, my son. Sorry guys, I don't have time to record this without children, so here we are. Okay, so I made 112 in cash, making my total made $348. So I'm pretty happy about that. Declan, you're hitting my camera. Can you go over there, please? Thank you. So yeah, I was pretty happy with it. Got some products out of my house, you know, got to donate some of them. So I'm going to run up Declan and drop Declan off to his preschool teacher, and then I'm gonna come back and record all the tips and tricks that I have to help you guys be successful with your bundles. Yes, it was fast. Okay, so tips and tricks on doing bundles. So the first tip I have would be to kind of see if you can figure out when the majority of the people in your area get paid. So like for example, military, they get paid the 1st and the 15th. So if you are in a military area, I think it would be beneficial to post your bundles on either the 30th, 31st, 28th, whatever is the last day of the month before the 1st, and then the 14th. Because generally what happens when people get paid, they go and buy everything they need for that pay period right after they get paid. So if they see your post the day before they get paid, they think, oh, I can, you know, save me some money and purchase it from her instead of going to the store. So yeah, military is pretty easy to figure out. I know in my area, it's a lot of blue collar people. Like my husband, he's blue collar, he's a truck driver, so he gets paid one day a week on Friday. So I generally try to post my bundles on Thursday, and I feel like that has really helped me in the past. Also, Social Security recipients generally get paid, I think it's the beginning of the month, if I remember correctly. So kind of gauge your area, see if you can kind of figure out when people get paid. That way, instead of going to the store, they'll think, oh, I could just, you know, buy it from her. Because once they go to the store, right at, you know, if you post it on payday, a lot of people aren't on their phones, you know, they're out buying the stuff that they need. So, and then they don't purchase bundles because they already have everything. So that's a trick that I kind of figured out. And then the second thing, if you have a lot of couponers in your area, I would figure out a way to make you stand out and a way to get people to buy from you instead of other couponers. Now, when I first started selling bundles in my area, I think there may have been one other person. Well, I noticed, especially this time when I was making bundles, there's a lot more people out there couponing and making bundles, which is great for them. I mean, that's awesome. But one thing that I think sets me apart from the others is I do offer delivery for purchases that are over $40. So that's buying multiple bundles or like a big household bundle plus personal care. So it helps me get more sales. It helps the other person not having to drive anywhere. I do keep it very close to where I live. The areas that I list are areas I go to multiple times a week, so it's not inconveniencing me. You know, I pick a time to deliver that works best for me. Again, you might not be comfortable doing that, and that's okay. That's just something that I do to kind of help get the sales more towards me. So I think those are the two big tips that I wanted to share. Now, bundles versus stockpile sales. I personally like doing stockpile sales more, just because it's one day. But the downside of that is if you have a bad, you know, not a bad stockpile sale day, but, you know, if it rains or if, you know, people are just out and about doing something else that day. But it's easier for me to prepare for stockpile sales, I guess, for whatever reason, than it is for bundles. I think it's because I don't have to like take it all out and then put it back in, because when I do stockpile sales, if I don't sell it, it just goes in my car and I donate it. I'm not bringing it back in unless it's household or cleaning. So stockpile sales definitely have their advantages. I think you can make more usually, because you have more product. So, you know, on Facebook, when I do my build your own bundle on the personal care, I can only do 10 pictures. Well, I have so much product that I would easily be able to do 20 pictures, but I can't. I'm limited. So you know, it's easier with stockpile sales being letting people like buy their own products that they want. And with household bundles, I don't let people switch out, so they could go and get a Tide, and then if they want like a specific cleaner, they can get that at a stockpile sale versus a bundle where it's set in stone. But you know, there's pros and cons to both. Bundles you could do all year round, rain or shine, it doesn't matter. You know, it just, for me, for bundles, it feels like it's more time consuming and I have to answer a bunch of messages. I think answering the messages is my biggest hang up, because stockpile sales, I just say, I'm not holding products, come to the sale and get it. Whereas, you know, bundles, you've got tons of people trying to message you for all these little items, and that can sometimes be a pain. So it really just depends on what works best for you. It could take you a couple tries to figure out what works best as far as like, you know, the advertising and all that jazz. So it's gonna be different for everybody. Everybody's gonna have their own preference. Just do what works best for you. So I think that's all I needed to cover. Pretty sure. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section. Now I won't give any advice when it comes to like taxes and stuff like that. I've had people ask me about that. I'm just not comfortable advising people on how to do their taxes. I'm not a tax professional. So questions like that, definitely get a hold of your accountant or tax professional. But any other questions pertaining to bundles or even stockpile sales, I wish I had time this year to do a stockpile sale, but I don't think I'm going to. I just don't. So any questions like that, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I would love to help you out, or one of our amazing people in this community can leave a message or leave a comment as well. So if this video was helpful at all to you, please be sure to smash that like button. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite deal is this week, and to subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.